It's official. Donte DiVincenzo is a New York Knick. The Knicks recently announced that they've officially signed Donte DiVincenzo to a long-term deal. And after this was announced, team president Leon Rose gave a statement giving high praise to Donte DiVincenzo. We're also going to look at Donte DiVincenzo's contract breakdown and what he's supposed to make each year he's with the New York Knicks. We're going to look into all of this and more today. But before we get started, guys, about 87% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and we could really use your support. If you like content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we got going on for you on this channel. And now, let's get started. Leon Rose gives very high praise for newest Knick, Donte DiVincenzo. Now, this was first announced by SNY's Ian Begley. According to Begley, Leon Rose put out this statement once the New York Knicks officially signed Donte DiVincenzo. According to Ian Begley, Knicks president Leon Rose says, Donte DiVincenzo is a perfect fit to the culture we continue to establish. Winning is in his DNA, and he will provide us with versatility, three-point shooting, and defensive tenacity. The New York Knicks made Donte DiVincenzo signing official recently. This is extremely high praise to get from your team president and Leon Rose. It tells you more than anything else that Leon Rose was one of the biggest proponents in getting Donte DiVincenzo to this team and getting him signed. It's amazing to hear your team president say this much about you and give you such lavish compliments. And he's not wrong. Is Donte DiVincenzo a great defender for his size? Yes, he is. Is he a great three-point shooter? He's near 40% last season for the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, I'd say he's a very good three-point shooter. He can knock it down, and I would say that if he's in the corner and you pass it to him and there's nobody near him, more times than not, he's going to hit that shot versus somebody else on the New York Knicks roster who potentially couldn't hit that shot. So I like the signing, and I'm very much in agreement with Leon Rose's statement that he knows how to win. He's part of winning culture. You guys may not remember this, but he won a championship already with the Milwaukee Bucks. So he's done that. He won with Villanova with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges. And now he has a connection within the New York Knicks that's been formed with Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson. You now have your own small little Villanova reunion taking place within the New York Knicks with Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, and Donte DiVincenzo. And I don't have to tell you how important it is to have chemistry in this league. Now, getting added to any team, whether you've played with some of the people on the roster before or not, is always going to be challenging because you're going to have to figure out where you fit. And that's the interesting part with DiVincenzo as of right now. Where does he fit? Because there's currently a little bit of a logjam at the guard position for the New York Knicks. You already have Jalen Brunson. You already have Emmanuel Quickley. You already have Quentin Grimes. You already have Miles McBride. And now you add Donte DiVincenzo. That's another guard. This tells me that the Knicks are not done making moves yet. It signals the fact that some of these young guards that we hold so dear in our hearts are going to be traded and gone for another piece that helps the Knicks get better. At least that's what I hope. And if that's the case, it'll carve out more playing time for Donte DiVincenzo. And I wouldn't put this idea past you guys. What if he starts? Because he is a vet, he is a winner, he is a championship winner. And I know he's only 26 years old, so calling him a vet is a little crazy. But in terms of Tom Thibodeau, he likes players who have a lot of experience underneath their belt and does things very well. His defense is already going to make him a Tom Thibodeau favorite. His winning that he already brings to the Knicks, going to make him a Tibbs favorite. The fact that he has chemistry with two key players on the Knicks already, going to make him a Tibbs favorite. So I would say that not initially, but if he plays very well and Quentin Grimes doesn't play up to par or doesn't take that next step in his game, I think you might see a shift in the roster where DiVincenzo starts in the backcourt with Jalen Brunson and Quentin Grimes comes off the bench. Who comes off the bench with Quentin Grimes, I don't know, because like I said, I don't think the Knicks are finished making moves. But that potentially could be the case. It wouldn't surprise me or shock me, especially given the comments that Leon Rose has given him. When you get this type of comments from your team president, it goes a long way in the organization. And I'm sure Tom Thibodeau is listening very closely, and I'm sure he already likes DiVincenzo. Don't put it past him. He could absolutely tweak this starting lineup kind of like he did last season, where he switched Fournier out for Quentin Grimes. He can switch Quentin Grimes out for Donte DiVincenzo. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it would make sense if DiVincenzo does well initially and Grimes doesn't. So there are some things to look at, but the Knicks signing Donte DiVincenzo is a clear sign that they want to build through free agency. They're okay building this roster patiently, and that they are trying to use free agency to add things to the Knicks that they were missing in the playoffs, three-point shooting being one of them. According to Phil Booth in his interview with the New York Post, he said, just how Josh Hart was for the Knicks last season, I think Donte is going to bring that same spark. I think he'll fit right into what the Knicks want. Booth is, again, a former Villanova player. Bringing energy, playing defense, playing tough, that's what Donte DiVincenzo does, and he'll fit the Knicks and what they want to do. His physicality, his energy, he plays hard, tough player, plays very good defense, can shoot the ball well too. He can handle the ball as well, has good basketball IQ, good decision maker. They're a tough team, physical. Their coach likes to play defense and play hard, and Donte fits that role. We have two main people here, a former Villanova teammate in Phil Booth and now Leon Rose. Two people that have given Donte DiVincenzo and the Knicks lavish praise for signing DiVincenzo and what he adds to this New York Knicks team. As you just heard from a former Villanova teammate, and I'm sure Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson would echo these sentiments. Great shooter, can handle the ball, can be a point guard if you need, great defense, can shoot the three. He gives you each and everything you need at a superior level. It's not an average level. Like most NBA players can come into the league and give you these things on an average level. Donte DiVincenzo does these things at an above average level, and some things he does extraordinarily well. I think his point guard play and his defense for his side is sorely understated. He has a great game and a great drive, especially going to the basket. And if you have another person who can break down defenses like a Jalen Brunson can and like a Josh Hart can, and now you add DiVincenzo to that mix, it just gives you another offensive threat and weapon to use if you should need it when you're going up against certain teams. And that's a great tool to have. Let's look at Donte DiVincenzo's contract breakdown and how it works out each year. So shout out to Fred Katz for giving us the following information from The Athletic. This season coming up, he'll be making $10.9 million. The following season, 2024-2025, he'll be making $11.4 million. 25-26, he'll be making $12 million. 26-27, he'll be making $12.5 million. That entire contract works out to be roughly around $46.8 million, plus $750K in unlikely bonuses each season for lots of things, including Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, Most Improved Player, Sixth Man of the Year, and All NBA. That is a pretty good contract breakdown from Fred Katz, and I appreciate that. It gives us some insight in regards to what Donte DiVincenzo is going to be making in totality. Now, initially, we thought it was going to be worth up to $50 million. And now that he's been officially signed, the contract works out just to be around $46 million, which is not a bad value at all for Donte DiVincenzo. That's actually very good. I'm noticing as well, too, that his contract is ascending, meaning that he gets paid more and more each and every year. I find that interesting just because a lot of the Knicks players right now, some of them have descending contracts, meaning that they start high and then each and every year afterwards they get lower and lower, meaning that player gets paid a little bit less each and every year by the New York Knicks. But Donte DiVincenzo's contract is structured a little differently. It's ascending, meaning he gets more and more money from the New York Knicks each and every season. So that's something good to note. But I like the signing, like I said. It's great to have this contract breakdown so we understand in the New York Knicks team what we're getting in DiVincenzo. It also helps us understand that later on, if we don't like the fit with DiVincenzo and we want to trade him, this contract is going to look very, very good moving forward as the cap increases. And DiVincenzo's skill, as long as it stays the same or around the average that it is right now, he's still going to have a lot of value in this league. So if the New York Knicks ever want to trade him down the line for a significant asset or piece, they can definitely do so. And with the contract they have in place, it makes a lot of sense for them to do that at some point in the future. Kudos to the New York Knicks and Leon Rose and company for signing Donte DiVincenzo. It was an extremely smart signing. It gives the Knicks things that they needed, especially shooting, three-point shooting like we needed in the playoffs. So it addresses that, and it does that. I'm a fan of the DiVincenzo signing, and I'm happy the New York Knicks signed him. But I hope the New York Knicks have more moves left, not only in free agency, but on the trade market this offseason. Only time will tell. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a comment below, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans. Peace.